Sketch, color, texture, light. Everything you need to make this barrel look real, from scratch. Stick around to see how it all comes together, and yes, you can totally do this too. I already have a rough sketch of the barrel. It's not the cleanest, but it's good enough to build a precise line art on top of it. I'm starting with the elliptical rings around the barrel. We are going to draw quite a few of them, since the barrel is shown in perspective view slightly from above. That means we'll probably need around 9 or even 10 ellipses. I'm not exactly sure how many. If you've got a sharp eye, count them and let me know in the comments. I tried to draw each part of the barrel on a separate layer. This really helps in case I need to fix any mistakes later during the line art stage. For the lines, I'm using a basic round brush, but to keep things cleaner and more precise, I sometimes switch to the pen tool and use paths. It's especially helpful for drawing smooth curves and straight edges. I simply create the path and then stroke it to turn it into a line. You can see this in action when I draw the vertical edges of the barrel. Those were done using the pen tool and path method. Since we are working with layers, it's easy to duplicate certain shapes when needed. For example, the barrel has two metal bands holding it together. I drew the first one from scratch, then simply duplicated it and adjusted the shape slightly for the second. This saves time and speed up the overall process of building the object. Around the contour of our barrel, we need to show the thickness and structure of the wooden staves, the individual oak planks that form the circular shape and are held together by metal bands. To suggest the spacing between these planks, I mark out straight vertical lines to indicate the gaps. I also add similar division of the barrel's lid, reinforcing the idea that it's made of multiple connected pieces of wood. This approach helps create a more realistic, three-dimensional look. Using the pen tool, I also draw curved lines along the shape of the barrel. This represents the bent oak staves that the metal rings are holding together. On a separate layer, I also draw the cork that seals the opening of the barrel. It's a simple shape. The top is an oval with two lines extending down from the sides, narrowing symmetrically. Then I add a smaller oval at the bottom. This represents the end of the visible part of the cork. The line art stage is almost finished. As you can see, I'm merging all of my line art layers into a single layer. I do this to save memory in Photoshop and to keep things organized. Too many layers can get confusing. That's just my personal preferences, though everyone has their own workflow. Oh, and one more thing, almost forgot. After you finish the line art of the barrel, it's important to create a clean shape of the barrel using the pen tool on a separate layer. This shape will serve as a base mask, so that moving forward you can work within the boundaries of the barrel without painting outside the edges. In the next step, I'll show you how to block in the base colors and start defining the light and shadow on our barrel. For convenience, I'll also add the main color palette I'll be using through the process. I've applied a base brown tone to the body of the barrel, then on a separate clipped layer I painted the metal bands in grey. This keeps everything organized and easy to adjust later. In the next stage we'll be working more with layers, specifically with clipped layers. I created a clipped layer and painted the top lid of the barrel in a lighter ochre tone. For the shadow area I used a reddish brown shade to add depth. The edge of the barrel was painted with a more saturated ochre to help it stand out. I also defined the light and shadow on the cork to give it more volume. I've also set the light source coming from the upper right corner, which means the shadows will fall to the left. I also added shadow to the lid of the barrel as well as cast shadows from the metal bands that hold the barrel together. I've applied both light and shadow to the metal rings themselves, helping to give them a sense of form and make them look more like real metal. I set the line art layer to overlay mode. This makes the lines semi-transparent so they don't distract me while refining the shapes. Let's also not forget to indicate the shadows that appear in the gaps between the wooden planks of the barrel. This seems help show the structure of the barrel more clearly. To do this, I use the polygonal lasso tool to select the shape of each gap, and then fill them using the paint bucket tool. Or you can simply use a brush if you prefer more control. In the next step, I'll start working on the wood texture. Since this is an oak barrel, we need to show the rough, pronounced grain typical of oak wood. I'll be using two main tools, a standard hard round brush and the pen tool with path for more precise control over the lines. My drawing tablet is a bit old, so sometimes it's tricky to get a clean stroke in one go. That's where the pen tool really helps. This stage is the most interesting one. The wood grain shouldn't be too sharp. It's better when it's soft but follows the shape of the planks. Sometimes thin lines, sometimes knots or cracks. I add vertical grain lines that follow the curve of the barrel. This emphasizes its form and brings the surface to life. On some planks, I draw spiral-like lines, making them look older and more weathered. The fewer repeating patterns, the better natural wood is, rarely perfectly uniform. I paint the lines on a separate layer and set them to soft light mode to blend them subtly with the base colors, keeping the texture natural and integrated. Now it's time to bring the painting to life with highlights. I'm adding bright accents to the top edges of the wooden planks where the light hits most directly. Using white with an overlay blending mode, I softly paint in the highlights. This approach allows me to keep the tones subtle in the shadowed areas, while giving the lid areas a warm, yellowish white glow. The metal bands get a slight metallic shine as well, just a touch of reflected light, especially on the raised, curved sections. It's important not to overdo it. Highlights are most effective when added sparingly, so they don't overpower the texture beneath. I also place a few small highlights along the sides to help emphasize the barrel's curved shape and form. I refined the top rim of the barrel, boost the contrast and add a subtle glow. This gives the piece a cinematic feel. I create a new layer set to overlay of soft light and gently deepen the shadows while brightening the key areas. Sometimes I add a soft glow along the top rim of the barrel and the metal hoops. This helps visually separate the barrel from the background and adds depth. I also deepen the shadows where the metal hoops meet the barrel's surface. Additionally, I darken the joints between the wooden planks. This enhances the sense of depth and makes the shadow areas more expressive. I also decided to enhance the tonal values of the metal hoops on a separate layer. I used shades of gray transitioning into purplish, bluish brown tones. This creates the illusion of aged, corroded metal. I also added dents and surface irregularities to the metal. This process is quite simple. I use a round hard brush to manually draw the shape of each dent. Choose a tone slightly darker than the base metal to simulate shadow, as dents are recessed and receive less light. To show the thickness of the dent, don't forget to highlight the right edge, since our light source comes from the right side. Using a soft brush, I enhance the glow on the metal surface, then on a layer set to soft light. I apply subtle touches of purple and, in some areas, blue tones. This color variation adds depth to the metal and make it appear more realistic. For the plug, I created a separate sublayer so I could work on it independently from the rest of the barrel. I started by laying down a base color, a light brown tone similar to wood but slightly warmer to help it stand out. Next, I added shadows to the lower part of the plug and a soft highlight on top to give it volume. Since the main light source is coming from the right, I deepened the shadows on the left side. To enhance realism, I darkened the edges a bit and added small dents and indents to simulate aged wood texture. To make the plug feel naturally integrated into the barrel, I lightly emphasized the seam where it meets the wood. This adds depth and helps convey that the plug is tightly inserted into the barrel. With all the details in place, from the rich wood texture and glowing highlights to the aged metal rings and the plug, our oak barrel is finally completed. The combination of light and shadow, texture and subtle color variation brings the whole object to life, giving it depth and character. Every layer from the base color to the final glow plays a part in the overall realism. Take a step back and appreciate how much dimension you added with just a few thoughtful touches. If you enjoy this process, don't forget to like the video and drop a comment. Let me know what you would like to see next. Thanks for watching, and as always, keep practicing, keep experimenting, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.